Hello everyone. I want to take a moment to show you some of the new input interfaces we have for Rover, version 1.1.2. We had some reports coming back that the mapping system behaved a little bit oddly based on user clicks and what you were doing. So for example, if you're using the measure feature and you double click, you might get an error. And a lot of that had to do with Rover trying to interpret what the user was doing based on their clicks. So we've simplified it a little bit, and we have this new menu of buttons up here where the user kind of specifies the functionality. I just wanted to go over those briefly. The first option is the identify feature, and so if you set that button, then when you click on the map, it will identify just like it used to always do. So now the identify functionality is its own action. Now, one of the pieces of feedback we got from our users was if they wanted to go right into editing a record, they wanted to be able to do that without going through this identify window. And so what we did there is we created this new edit button, which I can click. And if you click on the map where there is only one feature, it will automatically just load it into the edit form. So the identify option allows you to pick and choose your features and kind of review them. But if you want to get straight into the editing, you have that option with the edit option. If I scroll out a little bit, we'll scroll out to a point where we'll see a lot of a dense cluster of features. And if I'll go out one more extent just to make sure we get this. And I have the edit tool activated, and I'm going to click on the map where I have a couple candidate features. Well, in that case, what the system will do is it'll alert you that there was too many features in the collection, and it works like it used to, where it brings up the identify button and you had to pick the feature. So if it's able to identify only one feature where you clicked and you're using the edit tool, it will automatically bring up the edit form. But if there's more than one feature where you've clicked, it still needs to rely on the user to specify which one it wants, and it brings up the identify window. The zoom in button is also available as an action, so you activate that and you can click on the map to zoom the map to the extent of that box. And we've set it to go ahead and revert back to the identify a feature function after you do a zoom. And then finally, the measure window is also available where we can bring up the measure, and it won't matter where we're clicking. It won't try to identify the features as what was being reported before. And if you try to go over to the identify button while you're doing a measure, it will clear the measurement. So you do need to finish up the measurement, and once that is finished, you can see the results of that measurement, and we can switch over to do identifies while we still keep that measure window available. So we have made a bit of a change here with these new buttons, but we think it's for the better because now map actions are a little bit more planned out. Rover doesn't have to take guesses, and we think we've added a lot of stability because now Rover isn't trying to come up with different responses based on where the user is clicking. Instead, it's a very narrow, specific response based on the command that the user has chosen. All right, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.